Make a bit of noise for Slester.
Let's go. In fact, Mama, can you swag? Bring that camera in your bag and I'll smash it the fuck. I will not let this wee step closer to that final because I swear to fuck, F dies here. Shit, skyfall. Don't even start chatting about the views you've got, because those numbers don't matter when you have lost, and you do it locked. The fucking loser god with his stumble every round like he's doing shots. Sorry, you were just difficult to look at. It isn't just that stupid nose, it's those view-inducing, slew of oozing wounds that could produce a woman's puke purely due to looking at you. It's brutal truth. Believe me, if it looked like that, I'd be very pissed. See, these cracks and crevices look like a 3D map of Everest. Scars are meant to... Had some screenshots. Oh Boris, isn't he amazing? Video sharing cunt. If I'll give the edge to serious, think of that Davra. This is the edge was serious. Please, I'm begging serious, cause I'm moving to your granddad. I'm deadly serious. Go! Go! Slester from Edinburgh, It feels different coming back to Killing. I don't feel like coming back to it.
I'm London Jen. This is Battle Rap World, and welcome to the new series. I finally named it. It's called The New Class, and we are here today with one of the UK's up-and-comers, Slester. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Oh, no, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really looking forward to this talk. We are going to get straight into it, and I'm going to ask you, tell us about your resume.
Oh, like from first to last or last?
From first to last.
So I started last year in the academy last year. I was meant to battle a guy called K, like King, but spelled K1N6, and he never showed up. So I had Bobby Rex fill in and just scream in my face.
As you do, just to fill in for K1 and N6.
Yeah. So that was my first battle. People always ask me like how many battles I've done. I never really count that one because it was just bizarre, proper bizarre.
I'm surprised you carried on. Well done. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. It was mad. Then I battled Bizzo. No, then I battled Visual in the next round of that tournament, and I definitely lost, but they sent me through anyway. And then I got to battle Bizzo and lost to him. Finally, I got kicked out of that tournament. It was kind of that was a bizarre 3 battles.
Again,
but
thanks for still being here.
Yeah. And then after the tournament, I went and I battled Blitz on the undisclosed card that Bloodstro organized. That made more sense. Like there was no nonsense that happened in that battle. And then I got a message from Dean to ask me to do the 2020 Academy, and I battled a guy called McCoy. He'd never battled before. And then I was meant to battle Savant, but he got his flatmate got COVID like the 4 days before the battle, so that never went down. Then I battled Sirius, and then Jester's the most recent one. So it's been a bit of a weird resume.
Bumpy road, up and down.
Bumpy road.
But it shows you've stuck around,
Yeah.
despite adversity or at times where you might have been derailed or like, what is this? This is bizarre.
Yeah.
It means you've put in some work.
Yeah, I mean, like the names I've got on my resume are pretty. Like if people were to battle them now, it's pretty impressive. Like
Your first battle was with Bobby Rex.
I know it's bizarre. Like I've got a screenshot of that battle where he is like here, just like screaming, and I'm like, I was said after I did that battle, I was like, if I could say anything with half the confidence that Bobby screamed in my face saying nothing, then I'll do well.
I like that. So out of all of those, what do you feel your best performance has been so far?
Oh, it's easily the Jester one.
Oh,
easily. I feel like every battle I've sort of learned something from whoever I've battled, or learned something not to do. I think battling Bobby having Bobby scream in my face it wasn't, I feel like it was a bit of a like blessing and a curse. It meant that I figured out how to handle like mad situations early on, but I think my first few battles I was like trying to scream in people's faces far too much, and then I tried to rein that back and be more funny. And then as the academy progressed, I like having like the team that we had, like Jester, people like Enigma, people like having LSD in there as well, and everyone that I've battled, I've sort of like had them there, because like as soon as you battle someone, you're like mates, like, which is one of the most bizarre things about battling that I didn't think was a thing. But like the more battles I do, the more people I've got to sort of bounce ideas off of and things like that. So I think that every battle I've done got better and better and better. So the Jester one is definitely my best performance so far.
Okay, well, I cannot wait to see that. Really looking forward to it. And so, have you had any comparisons? Do you get compared to anybody, your sort of style?
Yeah, I think people, like a couple of people have said that I like copy Soul, but I think that's just the accent. Like it's not. I really don't think that's fair to him, to be completely honest. Like it's
such a superficial thing. You sound alike, because you're Scottish.
Yeah, like Sirius called me Soul's niece in which I thought was hilarious.
Had a cheap shot, but yeah, it's easy, and it's gonna be hilarious, but it's easy.
Yeah, I think it's like Scottish guy. You're either you're a heroin addict and Soul or something like that. I think that's the angles people tend to go to. But I don't really know.
We were raised on Train Spotting, so
exactly, yeah. But yeah, I don't. That's who I get compared to in the battles. But outside of the battles, I don't really know who people would compare me to.
Well, that's a good sign.
Totally know.
If all you get is soul because you're Scottish, basically, it suggests that you're quite a unique, when someone new comes in, there's a tendency to say this is an X-type battler, or this battler is like so-and-so, just because they're new, and there may be some sort of, you get the flavor of someone. So to have, to not have heard, that's why I asked the question. So to not have heard those comparisons, I think that puts you in good stead. You're, showing uniqueness, if that's a word.
Yeah.
Why are you battle rapping?
Why am I battle rapping? I feel like it's like a combination of lots of different things that I'm interested in. Like I started always been into hip hop, like for as long as I can really remember liking music. I mean, my big brother got me into hip hop, and then
Big brother.
Yeah. My Big Brother, not the show.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I thought you meant the duo. Who is that? His name was on my mind and then just flipped. Big Brother. That is the duo. Producer, rapper. Sorry, I'm not. But yeah, they're sort of. It really raised my eyebrows because if Big Brother got you into rapping, then you're a real sort of fan of lyricism and.
Maybe I'll
Anyway,
change my answer to
your
that.
Big Brother, yeah.
My Big Brother, yeah. But yeah, so and then I can't remember when I watched my first battle. I'm pretty sure it was like either like Shotty Arsenal or like Mark Grist Blizzard. It was one of them, like one of the ones that went viral.
How did you
like,
find them? Okay.
It just popped up on like a rap lyric video or something I would have been watching, and then it came up with the side. I was like, this is cool as fuck. I want to sort of get into that. But I always thought that because I had a Scottish accent, I could never really do rapping. And then I started like a uni course a few years ago, and one of the lecturers on the course, do you know Stanley Odd, Scottish hip hop band?
I don't, but I'm really shit with anything UK, so that's my fault. That's my bad, not Stanley's.
No, it's like they're very like, if I don't know how well known they are outside of Scotland. They're massive in Scotland in terms of Scottish hip hop, which I don't know, as big as a Scottish hip hop group can be. That's them. But he was one of the lecturers on that course, and he sort of spoke about like what it means to be Scottish and to do hip hop and stuff like that, and kind of inspired me to go and, because I'd been writing lyrics, but I just didn't think that I could actually like rap them. But over the last couple of years, I started like putting tracks out, and I saw the Academy for. And I saw like Major Concerns come through from like no battles to battle and chill out. And I was like, I could maybe do that. Who knows? Let's give it a bash. And then sort of just went on from there. It's like hip hop and arguments putting together, which is, I'd always try and channel my like drunken arsehole outside of a club in a smoking area vibe when I'm writing a battle. That's like what I go for.
Okay, that's dope. I like that, because I was trying to find the link. Hold on. So you said you're into rap. I get it. You said you saw the battles. I get it. But what pushed you? But that's it. That link. Arguments. So you're an argumentative fella who likes to debate outside of clubs when you've had a few, and you also like to rap. You found
it's like
this thing where you can
marriage of the two things. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Okay, so. Top 5 could be dead or alive, could be current, could be UK, could be US, could be a mix of both. But in terms of battle rap, who are your top 5?
Oh, I don't know in order.
That's fine. And you can give me any prefaces or disclaimers that you want.
Okay.
It can be this side of the Atlantic or anywhere else.
I think as much as I try, like people do, like soul, that's one. I mean, it's like being a fan of your local football team or something like that. Like you gotta be a fan of soul. But
you say that it's not like it's, Accrington.
Yeah, but it's like if you're in Barcelona, it just so happens to be that Barca is your local football team. So like soul, if I was at Pat Stay, just his angles and stuff like that is something that I think is hilarious. Big T.
Oh, interesting.
I love Big T. I think I've watched Big T's second round versus Jack Boy like 20 times this year alone. I think it's like the best thing ever in battle rap. It's one of like the best rounds.
I need to chat about that round. Which round?
His second round versus Jack Boy.
Okay.
Like the whole if he hit the road, Jack won't come back no more. Like the whole performance and stuff. It's just
That's the battle where Jack Boy rips off his top.
Yeah, it's got no top on, and then Big
Yeah.
T's like, "I'll slap your face
Yeah.
into a shirt."
I'm going back to watch that. No,
You
that's
should.
an
It's got
exciting
your
battle. Yeah.
Who I said? So past Big T. Someone like Rum Nitty as well, just for like punchlines.
Punches.
Like his like him versus Av is something that I go back and watch frequently as well. It's like just that whole battle is insane. And then what I said? So
You said Soul, Pat, Big T, Rum.
I think Shuffle T as well, to be completely honest. Like
He's a genius.
I would chuck him in there. And then you've got like
honorable mentions. Go ahead.
You could keep going as well. Like the whole like Ilmac is someone like there's like different elements of all those different people are both. It's like why I'm drawn to them. So like Ilmac's like intricacy in the way he writes things and all that. Like
sure.
Also like Roan for his like angles and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff that I like to do. So that's the type of people that I like to watch. But yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay, that's cool. That was 5 with 2 honourable mentions. I like that. So you told us about a battle that you've watched 20 times this year, but what is your favourite battle? Do you have one? It's a tricky question.
I think I don't really have favorite battles. I do like I'll treat a battle like someone will treat an album. Like you'll go and you'll watch like a couple rounds from it.
Sure.
Like the same way you'll go listen to an album just for like 2 songs or something like that. That's the weird way I've been watching battles recently. But overall, I don't know.
So what are some of the rounds then that you go back to?
Like Big T second versus Jack Boy, that's one of them. Pat Stays second versus Verb, I think it's just absolutely fucking hilarious. I watched that. His second and his first as well. Soul second for Raptor. The whole pardon me shoe mac, like mad. I feel like the whole round for round thing that went on earlier the year, like
the
that sort of
avocado competition at the beginning of quarantine. Yeah,
like I feel like that's watching that has made me watch battles in a weird way. Like I'll watch them fully when they come out, and then like remember the good rounds and go back and watch them like that.
But I like that. That sort of suggests a real tactical thought. So you not only just for enjoyment, but okay, that was a killer round. Let me go and see the elements that you included.
Find
there.
out why. Yeah. So it's like if you go back and watch Pat's second versus Ava, for example, when he's like what did he do in that situation that made it so funny, and trying to figure out how to sort of work out an angle similar or like a way to approach
just sort of reverse engineering. So you've gone back, you've known that was a crazy round. What exactly made it so crazy, and how do I incorporate that in what I do?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, like the same way that you listen to a song and do the same sort of like, what's this guitar sound? Oh, how do I work that out? Sort of thing like that. And then what else have I worked? Like Twerk's third versus A Verb as well, or his first versus Clips is like those are insane. Like just for working it. I tend to go for more of angles rather than just punchlines. But if like trying to figure out how to punch while doing an angle is what I think is like what I would like to go towards, like with a style. So like figuring out how they sort of structure their punchlines and how they sort of like figure it out in their head, like where their mind goes when they're working that out. So like watching stuff like that, also for enjoyment as well. It's not just studying.
Yeah, because you're a fan as well as a battler.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Okay, no, that's dope. I like that.
Those are the ones that sort of come to mind.
I like that sort of the like I say, the reverse engineering, the looking at just not, you did something crazy, but how did you do it? And the idea of sort of looking at, you're an angler, but you want to be able to punch as well as angle. I like that.
Yeah.
So at the moment, the UK scene isn't at its peak. How do you sort of stay motivated to really make a name for yourself when the scene isn't as great as it has been in the past?
The way that I look at it is that it's not. I don't really think that it's like the way that people talk about like the new crop and stuff like that. Like the old battlers and the old fans seem to sort of nothing but hate towards the new people coming up, because we're not Quill, we're not Soul, we're not these people. And it's like, yeah, 100% we're not. But if you go back and watch like Quill's first battle, Soul's first battle, like that's where we're at just now. Like give us a little bit of time, we're gonna get there. So the way that I stay motivated is like I can see it happening. I can see it if we all stick together, help each other out, especially this year, like with the sort of team LS Dean that we had. Like everyone had each other's back and we were like sending each other bars the whole time, and everyone sort of leveled up so much. I think if that keeps happening, then the scene is in good hands, I reckon. So that's what keeps me motivated.
I love that answer. And also, like you said, you've named all those names who are still here and who were, but you forget about all the names that came up with them that you don't hear about anymore. So you can look at this class and say, yeah, whatever. But, you are the crop that have stayed here for 5-10 years, that when you look at those names that have sort of still, and that it's that sort of comparison to hip hop. It's the same thing. You forget about how much you look at the new class and you say, oh, there's so much in there and there's so many who aren't going to make it or whatever. But you forget about, I'm really wording this so badly. I'm not getting my point across. I'm going to edit all of this out. I'm probably not. Do you know what I mean? Like, you forget about that's the cream that rises to the top. So they can look up there from their sort of pedestals and say, but you forget about all the names that have since fallen by the wayside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're the cream of the crop. Like, be quiet.
Yeah, I think we've got a good crop as well. This is the thing crop. I don't really understand. Like, if you count like the guys that were sort of coming through last year as well, then we would fuck a lot of people up. Like it's not like the first year academy. Like if you only had people that have battled in the academy, that's like there's great battlers in there, and there's enough to make up great cards. It's just people's like, because it's not not because it's not Lunar versus Shotty, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to hear about it. But it's like, it's the same way of like Oasis were a local band.
Sure.
You could have gone and seen them in their time. Like like whoever went to see like Shotty or Lunar's first battle or whatever, like they weren't big names before, but they got to that level. Like, we're in the very early stages of all of our collective battle rap careers.
That's it. And you've got to build, you've got to, that's it. Yeah. And I think, and the fact that it's because this new class is, for me, that's why this series exists, because I see so many of these up and comers who are just so good. They're very, very talented. And I really just wanted to give them respect from early on, because it's scene building, you know, and giving these guys, like I say, respect, just shining light and say, you know, we see what you're doing, and I love it. So
Yeah, thank you for that.
No problem. So we're talking about what's going on now and scene building, but in 2 years' time, whose name are you going to be calling out?
2 years' time.
2 years' time.
I think it all depends how the next year goes. If the next year goes well, then I don't know, like anybody. Like,
who would you like then in 2 years? If it goes, let's say if it goes well, we'll put some hypotheticals in there. If it goes well, and in 2 years' time, you know, you've continued to build and you're winning battles and you're making a name for yourself, who do you want?
If everything goes to plan, if I beat all the people that I need to beat next year and it all goes well and I keep going the way that I'm going, then I don't know, like sky's the limit. I could be battling like battling for that belt, battling like someone like Yunnan.
Okay, yeah.
In 2 years' time, if I keep getting better, obviously I'm not going to battle Yunnan now, but if I keep getting better over 2 years, keep beating names and stuff like that, and I don't see why not aim for that.
Yeah, no, why not? That's it. And that's the reason I asked the question, you know, to see where you're sort of aiming and the sort of matchups that you'd like if your trajectory goes the way that you'd like it to. But there's no reason why not. That's what you battle for. That's what you put the work in for. That's why you do all the groundwork, so that in 2-3 years, all those names that you've looked up to, it's time for them to give you a fade. It's time for them to, you know, they've got to
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're the young up and comer who's hot and who's, you know, who's ready to up a level, and that's how you do it. You go out there and you perform and you put on with one of those names. So yeah, no, I respect that. And going for the belt, yeah.
I feel like if it like coming through Premier Battles and stuff like that, I feel like that's a good place to aim for, if nothing else. I'd love to battle like overseas and stuff like that. Yeah, but if we're talking like in the UK, I think that's a goal.
Yeah. Okay, and so all right, that's a goal in 2 years. But right now, why are you the best in your class?
I think I'm definitely the best angler right now out of all of the class. I feel like I feel like our class in particular are all really good at like particular different things, but I think if we're talking like finding angles and executing them and finding a way to mix in the punchlines as well, I feel like that's definitely my strength right now over the rest of the crop.
Okay. That's a really good strength to have, because the angles, it adds, you know, you want direct bars, but you also want Romney style punches. You want that aggression, you want the sort of back to back, but you want a bit more depth as well. So if you can master the being able to angle and top it off with punches as well, you know, that's a very strong trait to have. I feel
like I've got like an element of humor as well that some people don't have, like that I can add in or I can take out. But I think that like I'm very willing to change depending on who I'm battling. Like I feel like there's a lot of different things that I can do. So it just depends who I'm battling, which I think makes me difficult to beat. I think also I feel like I'm very difficult to write for, because everyone that I've battled is just train spotting jokes, and like I think Sirius was the first battler that made me like actually laugh out loud when we was battling. He had the best stuff for me by far. I think he called me a desbian. I think that was one of the funniest things.
A desbian. A desbian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had like the angle that I'm the youngest Desmond ever, and I was like, that might be true. And I was like laughing through that whole, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's original, and like you say, it's funny, and it's not train spotting. I'm from Scotland. Yeah, and
yeah,
I guess
I feel like that's the first thing that someone writes down when they see someone from Scotland, train spotting bar. Got it. Sorry.
Oh, heroin. Yeah.
Heroin. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crawling on the ceiling. Something. Yeah. That's kind of lazy, isn't it? But then I guess that's also perhaps to flip it. That's the strength that you have. Like you said, you're hard to write for.
Yeah.
But then maybe that's also a sign of a lazy opponent, because if all you look at when you look at your opponent is where they're from and what's the most sort of socially relevant thing that you can think of, then you know you're not doing enough homework. Desmond, Desbian.
Yeah,
like
that. Honestly.
Yeah.
Pissing myself in that.
I like that. That's cool. But it's funny that you. So what did you say? The angles, the punches, humor. When you said soul, Pat Stay, Big T, rum, shuffle, all of that sort of makes sense.
It's the people that I listen to and watch the most. I try and I listen to them and watch them the most because that's what I like. That's what I like to watch, and it's what I like to do. Sort of.
I know that's a really cool top 5. And then with the honourable mentions of Ilmac and Roan, again, it just, the angles, the punches and the humour. Yeah, no, that's dope. I like that. Okay. What have you got coming up in 2021? Is there anything that you can tell us about, or what are you just really looking forward to?
There's nothing I can say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting in and of itself.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But hopefully all goes well, and I can
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I can sort of put my mark on the scene and all that. That's the plan, to try. I'm just trying to like be in the conversation a little bit more. I think that's like that's something that I've been trying to do, is to sort of, if someone's building a card, then just to have my name in the ring. That's kind of what I'm looking to do. That's the end goal.
That's really cool. That's really cool to just, like you say, keep appearing on cards, keep working until you get to the point where people are calling you out. You've got Yunnan saying, all right, I need to see this guy Slester now. You're making enough noise.
That would be sick.
Come on then, lad. Let's go.
Someone calling me out, that would be a goal. Someone giving enough of shit about me that they're like, fuck this guy, I want to battle him. Cool.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's a nod. It's I can see the work you've put in, and I need to put you through your paces now. Yeah, no, that's dope. Okay, well, I am really looking forward to seeing this battle with Jester on Saturday. I'm hoping to release this Friday or Saturday. So if you're watching this as it releases very soon, make sure you cop the pay-per-view for the Premier Battles Apex 2 going down Saturday, whatever date of December it is. Is that the 14th? I should know. 12th. Every battle is happening that day. So
it's such a good weekend for battles.
Right? Yeah, I'm going to be very busy. So that big battle day, make sure you go and cop the pay-per-view for that. And if you're watching after and you haven't seen it live on the Saturday, go and watch the video on demand. And then really just looking forward to watching to see what you have next year and to come. This was a really great conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Slester.
Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate that. Where can we find you if people want to check you out?
It's at Slester_hip hop on Twitter. That's kind of the only thing that I'm using just now. But yeah, and Slester on Spotify. I've got a couple of tunes out as well.
Okay, awesome. So Slester on Spotify. And one more time, what was the Twitter?
Slester_hip hop.
Okay, go and check him out. Big things coming. Like everyone on this series. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Support UK Battle Rap. And we will be back next week for another episode of The New Class. Thanks for joining us.